What did you do this weekend? What did you do this whole last week?
Didn't sleep. All right, we're getting ready for the Big Bend Open Road Race. We're loading up today to head out tomorrow. We just put one of our new sensors on our Ultimate NA C6Z06 here. And so this is one of the prototype units in the shop here. And so we're gonna be running this at the Big Bend Open Road Race with various blends of ethanol. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna run, I'm bringing some E85, and it doesn't look like they have E85 around there. I don't think we can make it down and back on one tank of fuel. So I think I'm gonna run it down, gas in the little town that's at the end of it, gasoline, and run it back with whatever blend that winds up being in the tank, which is obviously the point of the whole system and a lot of what our products do. So we're gonna get some great data off our new sensor, running the event with the sensor on the car. Fixed now. We'll see, it's probably still gonna act up. So, touch our brake pedal. Touch our ignition switch. Oh, fuel pump is on. You can hear the fuel running. No fuel leaks that we can see. We just pulled it out to put in the newest version, the newest software, and we sealed it up. Before we actually didn't have the board sealed because we were changing a lot of the settings in our software, and we feel like we're very close right now. So we went ahead and sealed this one up, and we should have the production versions ready by the end of the year to start going out.
Ooh, I'm excited.
You're excited. I've been working on that thing for 3 years. I'm excited.
Last week?
Didn't sleep. No, so we just got back from the Big Bend Open Road Race. So anyways, we got to the hotel, got unloaded. Then we had to be at the registration, which is back in Sanderson. It was early in the morning. You know, it wasn't 5, but 6, 7, or even if it was 8, it's an hour, over an hour drive, because they're going to be out there watching for speeders when there's a race on that road later in the week. So you have to putz your way on down there in your car for registration and tech and all that. And got through tech, everyone in tech basically stopped what they were doing to come check out the car. Everyone loved the car. So it was, they're like, ooh, look at this. They all, other tech guys are coming over. And so we got to talk to a lot of people. Qualifying is basically pass or fail. They just put someone who's experienced in your car, ride with you on an 8-mile closed stretch out and back, just to make sure you can handle the car, at the speeds for your class. And they ask you to do a couple of different minor maneuvers, because being that they close the road for it, it's a normal road. You have the rumble strips in the middle, which do grab your tires, and it's got a crest. It's not a track. Your car at speed does tend to grab little things, and it's not a track. It's a little trickier to drive. So they just want to make sure you're not gonna die or kill someone else during the event. About mile 30, I noticed that the oil temps were 230, which is not high, but it's higher than I would have expected because my coolant temps, the new cooling packages, were 190 dead solid. Didn't matter how hard on the throttle I was, between 80 and 100 and tech speed an hour. The coolant temps were solid. Between the cooling package and the hood, venting the hot air out, it was doing its job. But the oil temps were higher than they should have been. And as I continued, I started getting more concerned when they hit 250 and kept climbing into 260. And I'm thinking I might be the guy pulled over on the side of the road because I'm not going to cook my motor for the sake of finishing this event. Mm-hmm. But coming up towards the end, we did hit 275 degrees on our oil temps, that was about where I was about ready to call it quits. We certainly weren't going to let it get anywhere near 300. So I believe we have a restriction somewhere. Either it's in the valving for the AccuSump, it tees in there. Maybe the check valve is restricted, or maybe my thermostat in my oil, the oil filter housing area, there's a thermostat that allows the oil to go to coolers. It bypasses the coolers when the engine is cold so that the oil heats up. And then it's supposed to flow the oil through them once it's hot. Maybe that's not working properly, but that's the only issue I had at the event. But we'll obviously have to check that out before we do the one lap where we'll be driving many, many, many miles. And for us, if we exceeded a certain speed, they disqualify you and will not let you run back. Even to get back to Fort Stockton, you have to take a highway all the way around. And like, yeah, if you break speed, they're apparently pretty strict about it. So a lot of people break speed on the way back because then they're back. Like the guys that brought the McLaren that we were hanging out with, they did 195 on the way back. So.
That's fair.
And they didn't care that they got disqualified. I did not break the rules. Wasn't sure if this is an event that we were going to repeat, but I wanted to make sure that everyone, was not opposed to us coming back if we wanted to. I definitely recommend the Big Bend Open Road Race if you're looking for an event. It's probably not as stressful on your car as like a track day. You still get to get on it. Some great scenery, amazing people. It's a road that's closed and you get to drive fast. How can you go wrong? It really was an enjoyable event to go to. Very competitive, but not in the traditional motorsports competitive, cutthroat, kind of way. Just very community, oriented event. So.